Hi, Baddies. Welcome to Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. Today I'm doing a pop-up pick a card. This one's going to be all about why do people hate on you? All right, so this should be a really insightful reading, and I'm so glad you guys are here. Um, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. And if you're not, you can decompress down in the comments. Feel free, always feel free to decompress down in the comments because we all need a bit of catharsis. All right, so how does the pop-up reading work? I take a deck. This time I'm taking my horror oracle. It's the classic horror oracle. As you can see, I use it a lot, so it's falling apart the box, but it's one of my favorite decks, and I use it all the time, but it felt appropriate for this one, so that's what we're going to do. So let me shuffle it up, and whatever cards come out or I'm called to pull are going to be the groups, and I will pull as I go today. So that's how it will work. So if this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's really good to have you. I hope you will stick around. If you are a subscriber or a member of the channel, I just want to say thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's get a card for group one. Group one. All right, group one. We're going to take this one. We have family. Oh, this is Hereditary. Ooh, group one. You have Hereditary. Hope you guys can see that. I love a low light reading. so that's what we're doing. Hereditary. Okay. Group two, Spirit. What is the card for group two? What is the card for group two? What is the card? Why do people hate on my group two? What's the card? The call. Scream. Oh, wow. That's a great card. Okay. All right, my group three. Why do people hate on my group three? All right. Why do people hate on my group three? My group three. Give me a card for group three. Why do people hate on my group three? Okay. Oh, we have Hellraiser experience. You guys see that? All right, I'm going to show you each one again. Okay. We have Hereditary, family. We have Scream, group two, the call. And we have group three, Hellraiser experience. All right, so I will insert a little photograph for those of you guys who need more time to see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, whoops, there may be more than one message here for you. Oops. Oh man, this is going to be an interesting reading. I won't touch them anymore. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group one. This is going to be your reading all about why do people hate on you. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, so let's get into it and find out why do people hate on you. I'm going to get into the archetype deck. We have family here and the movie is Hereditary, okay, which is one of my favorite movies. It's about a spirit and a family. The spirit is King Paimon, um, from the Goetia, the Goetic spirits, as he is known. And it really is a story about demonolatry, if you are familiar with that, and how the spirit is being passed from one child to another, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's a very interesting horror movie and very well done. So that's what this card's about. It's very dysfunctional. Okay, it's about a dysfunctional family, about grief and grieving and trauma and all sorts of things. All right. So I am getting with this card that you have probably been through a lot. You probably have a very traumatic past. You're probably still healing from some of this trauma. We have a reformer, sense of mission, works to overcome adversity, acts with logic and objective assessment, needs to make necessary changes in society. Okay, I can tell you right now, this is one reason why people hate on you, is this acts with logic and objective assessment. Okay, people don't like that. Are you Virgo? Are you an air sign? There's some detachment here. And I'm not saying it's bad. You know, we all need to be logical and assess things and make adjustments, okay? And I think sometimes when we've been through a lot, um, we've had to do this to survive. And it can come off to other people like we're heartless or cutthroat. But in reality, we're triaging. And we're so used to triaging ourselves in kind of a cut and dry way that when we do it to other people, we don't realize that sometimes we lack, the word empathy comes to mind. Like, people think that you're not compassionate and empathetic, and it's not that you aren't, but you may not show it because having this energy is necessary for you. It's been necessary. It's been how you've had to live your life to survive and get where you are. You have boss energy, so you've really had to overcome a lot here. Because we have a tree that's in the desert, like it's dying of heat stroke, like it's dying, it's dried out, and then we have a plentiful growing tree. So you really had to let go of so much. You had to completely change. And so when we have to do this, the pain of having to let go of people and things that we love, because we've done this, when we have to assess and be objective and let go of things or make difficult decisions, we can appear heartless because we have learned how to emotionally detach from some of our decisions. And people don't understand that. Like, they don't, because they've never had to do what you've done. And that's where some of this hate is coming from. They're hating on what they see as emotional detachment. And it's just what you've had to do. It's what you've had to do to become who you are today. And, you know, it just, I feel bad that you're being judged for a survival mechanism, you know. We have trickster, self-aware, purposeful, seeks out new ideas and experiences, openly questions and mocks authority, bends or breaks rules to change status quo. I feel like um I feel like people hate on you because they think you're self-serving. They think that you make these harsh decisions to suit yourself, like you're selfish about it, especially people in your family. Let me get one more card here. I think people think you are self-serving. Okay, and I don't feel you as self-serving. I feel you as misunderstood. Because people don't know. They don't know what you've been through. And so be careful, people have to be careful judging other people. They don't know what you've let go. They don't know what you have been through to get where you are. And you trigger people, okay? You trigger people. Caregiver, generous, selfless, protective, optimistic, quick to forgive, humble, stable, reliable, structured, proactive, caring, compassion. I have a horse here. Horses always remind me of the Morgan, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard people pronounce it different ways, but the Morgan. So you may be connected to her. Um, but there's this energy here of, I feel like a lot of the people who, especially family, who hate on you, I think you've tried to help. You've tried to help them. I also think you take good care of yourself. And so I think the fact that you take good care of yourself, or at least you look good. Okay, you look good. And then you add on top of it, people find you to be self-serving, even though I don't think you're self-serving, because I know exactly why you're doing this. Okay. I know why you're doing the things you're doing, and it's not self-serving. Um, you're actually like you're actually like a shadow worker. So, and shadow workers don't really explain the reasons why they do the things they do when they're doing them, especially with family and friends and things like that, because there's like a higher math going on. You know what I'm saying? So I think you understand what I'm saying. Um, so I feel like um, looking good and seeming like self motivated, which aren't we all self motivated? Isn't everyone out like even when you give to like when you give food to people and you donate to people, aren't you doing that because it also makes you feel good to do that? I think we have to be honest about things like that. Um, yeah, we're self-serving. Humans are self-serving, and that's okay. That's all right. Okay, let's get this deck. We're going to go here to this deck. Okay, tell me more about my group one. Why do people hate on my group one? There's something about your nature. Like some of you guys, like I'm seeing your hands, and I think you guys at times have a gentle nature or a touchy nature, or the way that you use your hands or something about that that people don't like. They find it threatening. Land back. Tell me more. They feel like sometimes you take up too much space. You take up too much space. Empath. Give me one more of these cards. Give me two more. Stay in your lane and shadow. There we go. Yeah, I feel like you work in the shadow. Like you're like a shadow worker. Or at least you work with shadow type energy. You're empathic. And it's like you may be a witch, okay? And I'm picking up on this intimidation factor now. Yeah, your power. People hate on you because you're powerful and they feel threatened by you because it takes a lot. I'm going to point it out again. It takes a lot to go from this to this. And I want to point out the guy on fire here. Like there's this guy on fire. This tree's been on fire and now we have a regrowth. Okay? This is family. Family tree regrowing. It's like you've healed so much of your own like family trauma, karma, curse, patterning here. And you've really had to do it by your wits. You know, you've had to be very smart, very, very cunning, using all of your talents to kind of like heal this up. You're probably still healing it, probably still working in your shadow, you know. But when you do this work, you tend to trigger people. People tend to hate on you because you have the energy. You just have it with you. And I feel like with the stay in your lane, there's this energy here with you of having really good boundaries, impressive boundaries, the kind of boundaries that are up because you've learned a thing or two. But it also pisses people off because there's mystery here about you. Because, you know, in the movie, they don't exactly understand what's happening with Paimon. Okay, they don't exactly understand about the spirit, what's that the spirit's in the daughter and it's being passed, and they don't know that. The family doesn't know that. All they see is the destruction. So people have very hateful ideas about you based upon the fact that you have these boundaries. You're definitely someone who has survived and overcome. And because of that, you are very particular about who you let close to you. And people want to know. They want to know what is up with you. What's the mystery here? What are you up to? And the truth is, it's none of their fucking business. It isn't, is it? They hate that you don't talk, you don't open up. And you have your reasons. You have your reasons. You're very strong. But you're strong because you've had to be. You've had no choice. You've had absolutely no choice. You're very empathic. Tell me more about my group one. Why do people hate on them? Okay, let's get the top card here. We have Witch. You have that witchy vibe, that independent vibe. You know, you're a survivor. You're a thriver. And I think people wonder how you've gone through all you've gone through. And you can be such an island and look so good. How's that possible? We have Medicine Woman. Because you're a healer, baby. Baby? Baby? You're a healer, baby. Hey, you're a witchy medicine person. You got the magic. You got the mojo. And you protect it fiercely because you know you're powerful. You know you are. I sense like Athena energy, like warrior, wisdom here. Sophia, the goddess Sophia here. I I feel like it's it's like a hate that's born of you being a bit untouchable. Um, a bit of frustration here at not being able to touch the mysterious, the vessel of mystery. Isis energy here now. Okay, I'm going to get two of these. We have Harpy of Rage. They don't want none of that. The Sovereign. Boom. Here's the deal. You don't want to be in anyone's little club. Okay, you don't want to sit with them. There is a specific group of people you do want to sit with them with, and it's not them. And this harpy energy reminds me of Lilith. So you may be aligned with Lilith energy, Lilithian energy. There's power here. And I feel like some people hate on you because they're scared of you. You've got people scared. They're scared of you. They're scared. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but a lot of times we hate what we fear. You know what I mean? Like, if we can hate on it and diminish it, we won't fear it as much. And there's a fear here of power, of someone very empowered, very wise, someone who knows their boundaries, someone who is a radical transformer, and also has this powerful, compassionate nature and creative nature, that has an aura of don't fuck with me. And people see that as self-serving. They see it as heartless, powerful. You're like a villain to some people. It like the more I get into this energy, the more I'm like, this feels a little bit like a villain from a fairy tale, you know? And I feel misunderstood. Like it's a feeling of being misunderstood by people, but also not really caring that we're misunderstood. Just like you misunderstand me, but so I'm not going to break it down for you. And that's a villain's not going to break it down for you and say, this is why things are the way they are. You're not a villain. You're just somebody, I think, that for a certain type of person is easy to hate because they don't know where you've come from. And you owe no one an explanation for how you are. And there it is. There it is right there on the table. All right. Okay, group one, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that selected the call. This is going to be your reading all about why do people hate on you. All right, so you got Scream. Okay, so let's pull some more energy and see why do people hate on you. Keep in mind it's a general reading. I don't know if I said that or not, but just take what resonates, okay? All right. Tell me about my group two. Why do people hate on my group two? I think you have unexpected haters. I think you would be surprised who hates on you. Let's get some cards here. I have a general feeling here. Give me some cards. I'm not taking any reversals from this deck or in general unless I'm told. We have communicator, networker, reading between the lines, visionary, influencer, abstract thinking, linguistic, connections, friendly listener. Yeah, I think you are a good person. I think you're a good listener. I think people, whoops, sorry, I'm caught in this cord. I think I think people really enjoy talking to you. I think you may be a Leo. You may be a Gemini as well. You're a great communicator. You could be air sign, Libra, could be a Sagittarius. Your Venus could be in Pisces as well. I'm just feeling this energy of like really just people love your energy. They love to be around you. When you're on Cancer Moon, people love your energy. They love to be around you. Um, and so I feel like I really like your energy. It's like I don't want to move on from this. Okay. Tell me more about group two's energy. I want to know more because it's so lovely. It's so wonderful. So I guess you would be shocked. Pirate, undying loyalty, magnetic, rebel, concerned with adventures and freedom, pursuit of knowledge, power, and satisfaction. So you're just out for like a journey in life, adventure, like you're ready to take on new things. You have a thirst for knowledge. Yeah, people hate on this. They hate on this. They there's jealousy. This is jealous hate. Um, this bottom one wants to come out. Tell me about this. We have guide, balance between head and heart, divine, wise, sensible, shrewd, down to earth, measured action, skillful words, awareness. Okay, people think that you're sly with your words. People think you don't mean what you say like this all can't be real. Like you can't be real. You're wearing a mask. You cannot be real. Um, People read all this like good they see as like this has got to be an act. No one is this like no one's this kind of person, no one. So let's see. I feel your energy. I don't feel like you're a fake person, but I feel people think you're fake. Because you tick so many good boxes. Everyone has a shadow side. Every single person does. I don't think you show that to many people. Troll. Everybody's got a shadow side. Is your side a troll? I do think that people, um, fashion witch. I do think people hate on like your fashion choices, the way you look. Like, um, there's something about like your looks or how dare you put yourself together that way? How dare you? Like people like to troll you. Um, and it's, as I feel this energy, it makes me sad because I feel like people actively try to dim your light. And that fucking pisses me off. It just does. And this may be something that's gone on throughout your life as you were a child, because I feel like you have a very special kind of spirit to you. You're different, okay? You're unique. And it's very Aquarius like. It's very needed. Okay, you may have like Aquarius, sun, moon rising, northern node. You may have Aquarius and Mars or Venus, but there's something Aquarian here. It feels Aquarius. You may not be an Aquarius, but there's very Aquarius and much Aquarius energy here. Um, and I feel like this uniqueness, this magical quality about you that you just have makes it easier for people to kind of hate on you, you know? Um, and, you may have some like learning differences or some kind of differences as well. Um, but the truth is that this this thing they think is fake is real. You really are all these wonderful things. You really are the real deal. And they just can't stand it. They hate it. They hate your light. They hate your light. Born, every day is a new opportunity. There's that optimism that I'm feeling. You may not be excited to be alive every day. You may not wake up and be like, oh man, it's so good to be in the world. But you try very hard to approach life in an optimistic way. Because we're here. This is it. So we might as well try to live each day as well as we can. What other choice do we have? To live in misery every day? You can do that. I've done it. It's not a lot of fun. It's not very fulfilling. Or we can choose to do things that help us be fulfilled and happy. Even if it's just for 5 minutes. Okay, so, I feel like you make choices to try to stay very optimistic about life in general. And I think your positivity, people find annoying. They don't like it, especially right now. And I feel like you have some fake people around you, but you probably know that. We have friends forever, grow together individually. I think you have a couple of really good people around you, but I think there's quite a few people who are not real with you, and they think you're fake. And they're really jealous of this wonderful energy you have. They just can't believe it's real. And the truth is, you're just so genuine. You're very genuine. I get this down to earth energy, but also very like inspired. And like I said, there's something about your presence here, the way you present yourself, the way you wear your makeup, the way I don't know, there's something about your presence here that causes a reaction with some people. We have dragonfly, there is a deeper meaning. And mirror, reflect yourself. See, I feel like you have that energy of reflecting back to people a kind of truth within themselves. And people don't like that. They don't like the mirrors in the world, the people who have this ability to mirror back certain issues within themselves. And it's different for each person, okay? I feel like some people find you to be like frivolous, is the word I'm getting, frivolous. Some people find you to be a little, what's the word? Flighty, ungrounded. And the truth is, these people don't really know you because you're incredibly deep. You're a very deep person, truly profoundly deep. And you're so connected that you understand the power of approaching problems and life from a positive perspective. It doesn't mean that you don't have bad times or bad days. You struggle, you know. You've had a lot of trolling in your life. You've had a lot of bullying in your life. You've had a lot of obstacles. So you understand waking up and not wanting to get out of bed. You've probably been through a bout of depression where you've actually had trouble getting up and functioning. So now you know the power of getting up and saying, you know what, hey, you know what, I'm going to do the best I can today. And I'm going to do this and that, and we're just going to keep going. You've overcome a lot. You tried to be positive. And some days you're more positive than others, but it's powerful. It's what's helped you overcome so much. And I think you share the positivity. You're the one that comes into the office and you're like, good morning, Fred. How are you? Here's a donut. Enjoy the day. And for some people, that's irritating because they hate their life and they hate their partner. They hate what they do. And they just don't know who they even are. So they're not going to be happy with anything from anyone, anytime. And your happy energy, your adventurous energy, your gracious energy is annoying. And they hate on it. They think you're after something. They think that when you're happy and joyful and you share with people that there's something, you're leveraging something. And you're not. You're not. You're just being you. And some people hate on you because of the clothes you wear. Some of you guys have really powerful fashion choices. You dress. This is like, because earlier I said something about unique. I'm also picking up on like a sophisticated sense of style. Like you have style, you have grace. And people, it's like people admire you. They'll say like, you look so, like, I love that outfit. Where'd you get it? And they are loving it for real. And then hating on it to everyone else. And the truth is you have a powerful style. Some of you should go into that. Go more into like style and fashion and, you know, makeup and hair, like for a career. Some of you guys have a talent for that. And it actually is very healing when you help people find their beauty, their handsomeness. It can be very healing for people. I feel like, you know, this mirror can be very difficult. It can be a very difficult thing for people. We have the 5 of Knives and the 7 of Scepters. I think you really challenge people. Especially people who live and have put themselves in a box. I think you challenge people to, because there's something about you that makes them feel bad about themselves. They see you being positive and they think, you know, why can't I be positive? You know, it makes them feel bad for not being grateful. There's something about your generous spirit that makes them feel bad for not being grateful. And, you know, this is a mirror. You're reminding people to be grateful for the things they have. And you're doing it you're not like, ooh, you should be grateful. You're doing it by your generosity of spirit. And the way you live your life. People don't like that. They don't like that because then they can't justify living in this state of hating everything, of hating life, of hating you, of hating on you, of hating everything, you know. Gratitude is a way that gets you out of that cycle when you can start to see, you know. It's really, it makes me sad. It really does. We have Temperance and the Daughter of Scepters. Okay. get one more here. People don't understand like how powerful you are. They don't understand where all this, because I feel like you are, like when you're challenged, you lean into these strengths. Like if there is an obstacle before you, it becomes an adventure. You come at it not from the, oh my gosh, panic, panic, what are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. You change the perspective to, this is going to be an adventure. So how are we going to approach this adventure? What are we going to do first? We got to find out what we need to approach it. What are our tools? Like you're really good with obstacles and issues. You may do that for a living. Justice. Are you a Libra? See, I feel this energy of, it's kind of like you have this energy of holding up mirrors to people as kind of like a hand of justice. And you may not realize that you're doing this, but you do. And it's some kind of justice within their own life that the energy is working on. And it's hard. Being a mirror is hard because people can walk away from the mirror and hate it and never really understand that that was the moment they were triggered for a healing that may take years to complete. But there's an energy here of justice. It's something that you come by naturally. You're divinely given this. I feel like when it comes to people you know, when they are hurting, when they are down, when they are out, I think you're one of the first people to show up for them. I think that makes people jealous because you can really help people in a time of need. You're somewhat of an angel almost to people. Some people really have your back. Like they look at you as someone they can really count on. They look at you as someone who will be there for them, who has been there for them. And you may have like intense relationships with some of your friends that cause hatred and jealousy from their other friends because you may not be friends with all their friends and they don't really understand the intense relationships you have with them. And this could also be siblings or people in your family. There's something here as well about timing. Like there's something special about when you show up for people. It's always in the right time. It's always in the right moment. And there's something very magical about that. And it has to do with this justice. Helping the energy of justice kind of move through someone's life. And sometimes people are shocked by it and they walk away. And sometimes people see it and the move is justice for them. And for some people, when they walk away, it's justice for somebody else through the connections that you are working. And that's why they're so triggered, because they've done something probably pretty intense, okay? And so you may make deep friends by someone who is triggered by your energy, and they may become an intense friend for a while or for life. And it feels like people grow jealous of this. And also, um, there's a lot of hate there because they don't understand that. They don't understand how did y'all get so close so quickly? And it's a magical thing. It's a energetic spiritual thing that is very hard to put into words. Okay. And it's just because you have this guide energy. Because you are a guide to many people. And it may be at different times you have different people. It may be that you have many people, but you are definitely a guide and connected to source. And you're very head, heart balanced. And people listen to you. And there's just this energy. Some of you guys have siblings that are very threatened by you. There's wisdom here. There is sensibility and this wonderful means of communication. Like you have a way with words. Some of you may be writing books or thinking about writing a book. You should. It's hard to be the mirror for people. It really is, because it brings a lot of hate. Sometimes it can make you be very isolated. You may have to pull away from people because it's just like, especially if you triggered somebody really hard and they go away and never come back. There may be times where you pull yourself away from people for a while and you just kind of dig in and spend time alone. And that's because you have to recharge your energy because you're very sensitive to other people's energy. And it's okay. You don't have to explain yourself to people that you're just an introvert that way and you need space. You need space away from people to have your own level of peace. And a lot of people don't understand that, but they don't have to, right? But this can make people feel like you're not social. People can feel like you don't like them. You just don't want to be around them. She's fake. She doesn't want to be around them. And she is not gender, it's just energy. And the truth is, it's not that you don't want to be around people, it's just that you have to like shut down a bit and recharge. They hate that. Snob. I hear snob. Spring, everything that blooms. And look how attractive you are. Everything blooms. Look at all the growth. Some of you may be having a glow up in spring. Or you may have had a glow up last year in spring. 11, 11, 11. They're jealous. Something about your hair. Some of you guys, your garden, they're jealous of your garden or your yard, your home life. How do you look so fresh? You look so fresh and so clean. Okay, we have summer and flight. The highest height was summer. And we have flight. Let's rise into the sky. A lot of air energy. There's something about you at times that feels almost hypnotic. But the hateful energy never really gets to tap into that. They see this outer presentation and they don't even understand this balance of day and night, of light and dark here. You are coming into powerful balance, and it is going to, like, your appearance is going to It's like a glamour that stays, like a glamour magic that stays. It is going to upgrade your look, the way you look. I feel like there's going to be a lot of growth here. So if you're guided to change your look some way, it probably has to do with this balancing that you're coming into. There's an empowerment here. And I'm telling you that there's going to be more people that hate on you because of the way you look. And they'll say like you're a snob. You're a snob because you can't be all this happy joy and look this good and be smart. You can't be a total package. Like that doesn't exist. And I think you would say, no, it doesn't. I'm not the total package. I'm human. I'm deeply flawed. But people have crazy fairy tales in their heads about people. They make up these stories in their heads that aren't true. It's all perspective, okay? People gossip about other people with their own, storyline that isn't even real, So it is what it is. People hate on you because your energy is so powerful, because you are a guide. You have a way with words. I think you have a way with comforting people, and people love and adore your energy. And it brings out jealousy. You look amazing. You have a great sense of style. And people love hate on that. All right, so that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful reading. I enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey Group 3, all of you that selected Experience, which is Hellraiser, this is going to be your reading all about why do people hate on you. Keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? Okay, so we have Hellraiser here, so that's a pretty intense card, right? And in all the Hellraisers, they're opening up a puzzle box. They have no idea what it's about, but they open it up. Well, in some of them they do, but for the most part, they don't know what they're getting. They have no idea what they're unleashing in that puzzle box, but they continue to mess with it, and before you know it, surprise, Cenobites, hello. We're here to tear your soul apart. So it's a pretty intense horror movie. So let's find out why people are hating on you. Okay. Why people hate on you. Why do people hate on my Group 3? I think you're very powerful. I also think people don't want to fuck with you. Okay. I think they do, but they don't know. No reversals from this deck. This one, Killer. Oh, God. Killer. Knows what to do to avoid suspicion. Charismatic, investigative, intelligent, methodological, trustworthy, and calculating. Yeah, they don't want to fuck with you. They don't want to fuck with you. You are a badass. You are a badass. Tell me more about my Group 3. Tell me more about my Group 3. This one wants to come out. We have Opedial Child. Sense of wonder. Mature, sexy identity. Nurturing, overall sense of right and wrong. Healthy relationships with parents and guardians. Okay, so you're a badass with a heart. Okay. You have a kind heart, but don't mess with me and mine. You're very protective. You have a very protective energy. Tell me more about my Group 3. Why do people hate on my Group 3? This one. performer, playful, curious, lives in the moment, attracts innovative and outspoken people. You're outspoken. You say things at times that cause a very strong reaction, like the Cenobites coming out of the puzzle box. Like, you cause strong reactions from people. Sometimes you say things that really piss people off. And you can't take it back, but you mean what you say. Like, you don't really apologize because you mean what you say. When you say what you mean and you mean what you say. And people don't like that. They don't like that. And you have fierce energy. You're very fierce, but you have a heart. Some people think that you are a show-off with this performer energy. We have triggered and unicorn. Oh, this unicorn triggers people. You trigger people with the things you say. The words that come out of your mouth really bother people, okay? Because they can't stay in their own fucking business. They got to be in yours. It's fucking ridiculous. Tell me more. We want to use this other deck. Okay. And you're just like, I have this horn on my head. You just really don't want to mess with me. I'm not the unicorn you used to know. I'm a sassy unicorn, bitch. It's like, I have a Cenobites puzzle box. You want to play with it? This isn't just any unicorn. Give me some more energy. Give me some more energy here. We have infinity. Preserve your power. Yeah, they don't like how powerful you are. Like, with your words, with your speech, what you believe in, like what you stand for. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. Bats, you are driving yourself crazy. I think some people think you're crazy. Like, they think you're crazy with some of the things you say. But they don't understand what you're saying. Sometimes you're speaking over people's heads and they're like, I hate to be around them. They're always talking over my head. I have no idea what they're talking about. You're very intelligent on top of all this. And some people take your intelligence as snobbery. Like, you're being snobbish when you use big words. They're so threatened, like, by your intelligence. Yeah, they're very threatened by your intelligence, and they know you're a badass. Like, they know they don't really want to mess with you. But it's like this. This is what I'm getting. It's like you have like a family get together and everyone's talking about something and you speak your mind and you trigger a bunch of people. You may have some words, you may not. But when you leave, they're all talking about you. They are all talking about you. They won't talk about you or say much really to you because they're scared. They're intimidated and scared. Choice. Your decisions will be correct. Shine. Make yourself seen. You are very confident in what you do. You're very confident in your decisions. Like, and even the bad ones, you're like, I have no regrets on what I did. Like, I don't regret anything I've done. So, and I think this triggers people. I think your confidence triggers people, and your intelligence triggers people. And I feel like some of this is like, some of you may have gone to college and perhaps your siblings didn't. Something like that. Maybe they feel like you got a hand up and they didn't. But it's all perception. It's all, perception. So this person's perception isn't reality. It's just what they see. And We've all got someone who sees that we got more than they did, which I think you've worked for everything you have, including your knowledge, right? Um, but there's an issue here with some people are really scared of you with this killer energy. Some people are really and truly scared of you. And it's because they don't know this inner part of you. They don't know that you're really a nurturer. Like you really do have healthy relationships. You really are a good person. Like you may have this outer shell that comes off as a hard ass sometimes, or a performer, um, where you take a lot of space in a room up because of your personality, of your stance on things. Um, but the truth is that you're very warm-hearted. You're very loyal, and you fight for what you believe in, and you say what you say, and you mean what you say. Let's get some tarot here. Tell me more about my group 3. Why do people hate on my group 3? Why do people hate on my group 3? Okay, we have 8 of Knives. Some people feel like when y'all are talking or there's a conversation, like you get caught up in your conversation, like intelligent conversation, and they feel like it's so over their heads, or they're bored and they can't get away. So, be aware that some people feel that way. They feel like they can't get away from these conversations, or they can't connect with them. And so they don't like being around you when these conversations are going on. So there may be people around you who feel like you talk down to them. And I don't think you're doing it on purpose. It's just how they're feeling. They feel like you're talking down to them, and they can't get away, So we have the 9 of Skulls here. And we have the 3 of Skulls. We have the 10 of Knives here. I feel like for some people, they just, there's this energy of, I just don't want anything to do with them. And it feels like this could be around your work, okay? Like they just want to do the bare minimum of interaction here. They don't want to like have more than they need because they really don't like you. And it's because they don't know this other part of you. And maybe at work that's not necessary, but really triggered over the manner of like speech, the manner of feeling like they're being talked down to. And that's the 9 of Skulls. Let's get clarity. Give me some clarity on the 9 of Skulls here. Tell me about the 9 of Skulls. Okay, these 3. We're gonna get 3 more. Okay, we have the Moon here, the 10 of Skulls, and the Prince of Skulls. So I think people hate on your success. They hate on your success. Many people think that you lie about your things, your accomplishments, your family. They think you're insincere as well with your interactions. Which is where they think you're immature, like, or hyper aggressive in some way. And it's because they don't know you. They really don't know you. And when you're in like the performer energy, when you're in this energy here, where you're playful, curious, lives in the moment, attracts innovative and outspoken people, when you're like in that energy of like being outspoken, kind of taking up some room space in a room. Um, People really don't like that. It rubs some people really the wrong way. And these are not your people, though. These are people who hate on what they can never be. And they misunderstand your intentions to try to connect with people. I feel like you have a big personality, and it's not that you try to have a big personality, you just have one. It's just who you are in the room, in life. Um, and I feel some Scorpio here. I feel intensity, like you're an intense person. So you're intense when you protect, what's yours. You're intense when you stand and are exchanging like a conversation with a friend. It can get intense because you believe in what you're saying. And it leads to people being triggered. And I think for you, when you have a disagreement with somebody, you have the disagreement, it's done. Okay. Very masculine energy, like. But there's other people around you who are harboring resentment from the past, who really hate on any success you have, from relationships to buying a house, a car, to a job, to a business, whatever it is, big or small, they hate on it so much because they feel this kind of uppity snobbery. Like you think you're better than us energy. And it's very hateful. But it's people who have been triggered, and they're being triggered so that they can get their shit together. Obviously, they're hating on someone who they perceive as being successful because they perceive themselves as lacking that. And the trigger is for them to start working on that within themselves instead of hating on that. Because if they were working on that, they wouldn't be as hateful. They wouldn't be as, sending so much negativity, because they would be busy working on themselves and understanding, oh, it's a process. Oh, I get it now. I get how this works. And being happy and joyful to see someone succeed, because understanding that feeding that energy into the world helps them. That's good energy, good vibes coming back to you, But they don't see it that way. They're not there yet. And it's important that you don't let the people who have this negative vibe stop you from doing what you do. Because I feel like you have a very powerful, strong energy that we need. The collective needs this kind of energy. People who aren't afraid to speak their mind. People who aren't afraid to trigger people when they're wrong, when they need to be triggered. People who are brave in that and can stand in the bravery of it and know there are consequences to it, but that's how it is. That's how it goes. It feels like you have a lot of transformative energy that you help people get into. And it can feel a little chaotic. It can be a little scary to people. And I think on some higher level, you kind of understand this. People at times, like, they think that you're chaotic. Some people think you have an anger problem. And it has to be the way you communicate with people. And it's not anger, it's passion. But sometimes you get carried away a little bit with your passion, and you probably know that. And people who think, I hate being around all that anger energy, like that anger stuff can just, I don't like that. They need anger management. They misread you. Masks behind the folding screen. See, there are people who think you mask your energy with anger, with a shield. Like, that's not really who they are. And they don't think it's this. They don't think your warm, gooey center is this nurturing energy, this warm hug energy. They don't think there's a teddy bear in there. They think there's a fucked up psychopath in there. That's what they think. Something they don't want to spend time with. Something they don't want to understand. They can't imagine that's in there. And it's because they don't understand you. And, I feel like your energy, this unicorn energy, is not meant to be understood by everyone. And you're okay with that. You don't have to understand me. It's not necessary for you to understand me. Just do it. Because I'm being pulled to the Ten of Skulls here, which is like the Ten of Pentacles. And I really do feel like you're working on something big. And it may be a business. It may be you're going to university. It may be you're working on another project, an art project, or building a family, or building a major network. Whatever this is, you're busy doing that. And people take your busyness as a scuff off. Like, well, they're just too good for us, aren't they? They're just too good for us. So whatever. And that breeds a lot of resentment. But I think, once your thing is done, whatever this is, I think people will see what you've been doing. But I don't think the hate will go away. I think the hate will just intensify because there will be jealousy with it. But whatever you're working on, move in silence. Don't tell anybody. Okay? Whatever this is for some of you, you're working on something pretty sweet, and you got 10 of Pentacles coming up. Okay? And I'm just getting with the moon here, like, you should protect this thing. You should work on it as a protected thing, because people want to hate on it, and you don't want any of that energy going to this thing. Not that you can't work around that. It's just you don't need any of that going to this energy. We have the 10 of Knives here, which is the 10 of Swords. And I feel like your cutoff game is pretty intense. With the moon here and the 10 of Swords, I feel like part of the reason why there's so much hateful energy here, I think when you're done with a connection, you're done. There is no coming back. Capricorn energy. There is no, like, can we work it out? No. We're done. We're done. And a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand, well, how can you just ghost me? How can you just whatever? There are certain people who are like this. The closure is we're done. There's no more conversations to be had. You may be a Libra. You may be an air sign as well. But there's just this energy of there's no more conversations to be had. And I feel like some of you guys do this, friend, romantic person, whatever. Family even, employees, whatever. You just kind of shut the hammer down. And people hate that. They absolutely hate it. They want closure. They want your communication. They want your attention. They want to tell you what for. And it's not that you're scared for them to tell you what for. It's just that it doesn't really serve any purpose for that in your mind. And that comes off as heartless and cold. Like, how can you just, like, not say anything? And in your mind, it's like, what is there to say? What is there left to say? You did what you did, and I did what I did, and it's done. And it's not, I want to say it's not personal, but it is. But that's kind of how you end things with some people. And it does hurt people. Like, they feel a little bit like they weren't valued by you. But I feel like that's just the way you are. And people hate that. They absolutely detest that. And I'm not telling you to change it because we are who we are. And we all have reasons for the way we handle things. So I don't think asking you to change it would have any effect here. I think um, it is what it is, isn't it? Okay, let's get a few more cards here. Tell me more about my group 3. Tell me more about why people hate on my group 3. Tell me more. Tell me more about why people hate on my group 3. Okay, we have protection, Medusa. It's like it's hard to get to you. It's hard to get to you. It's hard to get your attention. It's hard to know you. I feel frustration here. And we have power. You're powerful. Protection. You're very protected. I also feel this energy of like you're so protected that it appears to other people that you have good luck or things work out for you. And it makes people jealous. Like, how come things just work out for them? I don't understand. And it may be that not much has really worked out for you, but it appears this way to this other person or other people. Perception, my dear, is everything. So, and I think for some of you, it's because you look good. A lot of times when you are looking good, even in bad times, people have the impression that, oh, things are going well for them. And really, no, things aren't going well, but I'm going to look fabulous anyway, kind of thing. So we have judgment. Tell me about this judgment. Give me another card here. I'm going to take the bottom and the top. We have complexity. That's what I feel here. And we have bravery. You are not afraid to make difficult decisions. You are not afraid to make people mad. You're not afraid. You're not afraid to do the difficult things. And I feel like people just can't stand that. They can't stand how you deliver it. They can't stand how you stand in your power. When you say powerful things, there's something about your words that trigger people a lot. And it takes a bravery to say the things that you say, to be who you are. And it's almost like people hate on you and you don't care. You really don't care because you're a complex person and you're not going to break it down for people. Hate on me if you want, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing my thing because you're powerful and you are. Some of you kind of rein your power in. Like if you were to really expend all your power on someone who hated on you, it would be bad. It would be super bad. But instead you use your power, your ability to expand your life in positive ways. And, some people just can't keep up with you and they're never going to be able to because they don't have what you have. And people like that who see the world that way will always be haters. And they'll always have someone like you to hate on because you're too busy to be bothered. All right, group 3, that's what I received. I enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please leave me a little message down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.